What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into the Invincible Iron Man issue number 18. We had last left off with Iron Man fighting for his life after his Sentinel Buster had been taken down, the power supply running out, and so it is no longer operable. Inside of his giant Colossus armor, Fei Long was making his way directly to Tony, the two of them finally facing off against one another. But Tony learns the awful truth, that Fei Long and everybody else were played for fools. Nimrod, Omega Sentinel have taken over Orchis. Fei Long is no longer in control of the Stark Sentinels. And as the Sentinels bear down on both Fei Long and Tony Stark, we have the arrival of Magneto. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we pick up with this issue, we are picking up with Rhodey, stuck here in prison, and the Orchis agents have finally come for him. As they get ready to take him down, that necklace that Tony had given him, this was in fact the War Machine suit. So as they begin to fire, the Pym particles activate, and we see the suit come online, with Rhodes getting inside of the War Machine. He turns the tides of this battle, knocking down the cage door, taking down the Orchis agents. He is able to get out of this facility with both Sandman and the living laser by his side. But right now, Tony is a little bit preoccupied. This is because he has two of his nemesis here trapped inside of the giant Sentinel Buster with him. And in this panel, we have an absolutely fantastic moment. An Avengers in-game little hint, little Easter egg cameo thrown in here, with Fei Long telling Magneto that you stole Mars from me, and Magneto telling him, I don't even know who you are. But this is when Tony starts to break down the situation. They got multiple crises at their hands. The Sentinel Buster is dead, no power source. There are still Sentinels running around out there with Iron Man tech in them. Even more so, AI has taken over. Nimrod is now in charge. With the Sentinels still replicating, this seems to be their first priority. Luckily, Fei Long knows where all of these factories are. And then to power this behemoth of a machine, that's where Magneto comes into play. So with all three of them together, they are one formidable force. Magneto controlling the giant Sentinel, Tony piloting, Fei Long doing repairs and navigation. They don't waste any time knocking out the Sentinel factories. From one place to another, from Australia to Tokyo, caught off guard and unprepared, Tony Stark's Sentinel Buster makes quick work of all of this. Everything was going pretty smoothly until the arrival of Nimrod. He comes flying in and punches the Sentinel right in the face. Iron Man quickly leaving the Stark Sentinel. A train in dire need of saving, he goes in to save them. Fei Long and Magneto, they take on Nimrod, with Magneto the first to throw a punch. Using the Sentinel Buster's head, he chucks it at Nimrod, encapsulating him in the metal. And Nimrod tells him that Mysterium may be tough, but it's not gonna hold him, putting out some Terrigen gas. It almost takes Magneto out of the fight had it not been for Iron Man, but it wasn't enough to take him down. With Magneto molding the Mysterium to his will, he goes on to say that he has not had an occasion to bend Mysterium, that it is unlike anything he has ever encountered, that the metal itself almost feels alive, forming it into a spear and plunging it into the chest of Nimrod. Iron Man takes this opportunity, grabs hold of that rod, uses it as a conduit. Mysterium being almost perfect for scaling, Tony unleashes all his power into this rod. But not even that could take down Nimrod, with Magneto manipulating all the Mysterium around him, turning it into tentacles like Omega Red. He shoots this into Nimrod's body, the Mysterium attacking him. Even Tony recognizing that this metal really did look like it was alive. All of these vines of Mysterium ripping him apart from the inside, with Nimrod slowly but surely dying and Magneto in disbelief. In disbelief of the Mysterium. It had changed its structure, almost like it died at being joined with something so corrupt. Magneto knows that there are more Nimrods to fight out there, and so he heads off. As he does so, Fei Long comes running up to Tony asking, "What now?" Tony knocks him out, and he tells Fei Long that it is now time he start paying for all of the lives that he had taken. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. This looks like it may be, well, the end of Tony Stark really being an X-Men comic, an X-Men title. I'm sure it's going to start branching out and doing its own thing moving forward. What I'm very interested in is finding out what's going to happen with this relationship between Tony and Emma. More than likely, it's going to end. More than likely, the outcome, the writers are just going to say this was a marriage of convenience for the time, for the situation. And then they'll both go their separate ways doing their own thing. But this was a fun issue just to see Magneto and Iron Man team up together to take down Nimrod. And who knew Nimrod would be so easy to take down once Magneto was in play using Mysterium at his will. They still have never truly explained what Mysterium is. We know that it comes from the White Hot Room, the home of the Phoenix. But could it actually be an organism? Could it be something that is actually alive, maybe just without a conscious mind like we perceive it? I really am looking forward to seeing what happens after the Krakoan era. There's a lot of stuff that is still out there, still out in the open, still undiscussed, untalked about. Maybe they'll bring it up in the next month or so, but the Krakoan era is coming to an end. With these loose ends not tied in, definitely looks like the Krakoan era may be coming to an end. But a lot of these stories we may see further on down the line. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on everything that has been going on with the Iron Man comics, with the X-Men comics, with the fall of the House of X, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It's gonna get you completely caught up on everything that is going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50 from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.